Good afternoon everyone. It's Tuesday afternoon here in sunny London. Today I thought I'd do a video that I haven't done in a while, and I guess we can call it in hopefully it'll be under 5 minutes, but let's just say under 3 minutes. Under 3 or under 5 minutes, one of the two. I'm gonna do a quick, I suppose not a tech review, but a product review, things I used to do before. I used to do cameras, I used to do unboxings. I haven't done them for a while. I just want to talk about this product because if you buy a new Apple laptop, you will definitely need it. So recently I upgraded my MacBook to a MacBook Pro, the new MacBook Pro, which only has the USB-C type ports. And I know this has been covered before by a lot of videos on the internet and a lot of articles, but this product I came across, there are a lot on the market. When you buy a new laptop, a new MacBook Pro, you only have the USB-C, so going from my old MacBook Pro to my new MacBook Pro, I lost my SD card slot, I lost my USB, my standard USB-A sockets, I think they're called. I lost, well, I didn't lose Ethernet because the other computer didn't have Ethernet. Ethernet was lost a long time ago on the Mac. Micro SD, which I use the SD card slot for. I mean, the SD card slot was a big problem for me. The removal of all the standard USB A ports for my USB 3 hard drives. Yeah, so I needed a solution. I needed something, and I found something which works really well, and I just wanted to share it with you guys today. Setup is probably a little bit different to other people's, and everyone's setup is unique. This is the hub here. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. I'll just say it's called Satechi, something like that. This is a Satechi hub. At the moment I have the Satechi hub. I have it connected with the USB cable into one of my USB drives, and then I have my Thunderbolt cable into the Thunderbolt adapter from Apple into the USB-C port. This is another USB-C port going into the Satechi. The Satechi has a mini SD card slot, micro SD card slot here, where you just put the card straight in. It has the normal SD card slot. On the end it has the Ethernet, 1 terabyte Ethernet. It has another USB-C port where you can power through with your USB-C cable. I don't have that because it's on the other side of the computer. I find that I like this hub on this side of the computer. If I have it on the other side of the computer, I can put it in. I just don't like to drag the cable around the back of the laptop. But that's the pass-through for the power. And then I'm trying to do this without unplugging my adapters. I'll just move the camera. So at the back here you have 3 USB ports, your standard USB-A ports. You have the 4K HDMI port to connect to a monitor. So that's really handy. You can put your USB keys in here, your USB hard drives. I found it really good because the problem is with the new laptops, as you can see, these ports here is just your standard USB-C. This hub is not that inexpensive though. I think it's about $90 US. I think in Australia it was about 170 Australian dollars. I think it's about 70 odd pounds, 80 odd pounds. I'll put a link in the description below, but it's not a cheap hub. The other alternative for the hubs, you can get the hubs, and I'll put a picture up on the screen now, the hubs that go against the side of the body of your MacBook Pro. I thought about that, and I remember seeing the early reviews on these when this laptop first came out, the first generation of this laptop. I'm a little bit concerned when you have that there, the hub I just showed you, which goes into the side port here, is that it could break or it could bend the body if it gets knocked. I kind of like how this one is separate to the side. The quality of this is really nice. I mean, it's in the space gray, similar to the laptop. It has a blue light here, which is when the powers, when they're reading the SD cards. It's light, it's very light, it's great for traveling. It doesn't get too hot. It gets a little bit of heat, but it's not too hot. I've had this plugged in since I've had this new laptop since I left Sydney, so maybe 2 months, and it's plugged in most of the time. I probably don't have it set up in the most ideal way now. I could actually make more use of this because I have to use this adapter from Apple for the Thunderbolt. The alternative, obviously, to this is to get all USB-C drives and they just plug into your ports. But you're still limited with the ports because the MacBook Pro gives you the 2 here, and it gives you another 2 on the other side, one being the power. So you only really have 4 USB-C ports, one being needed for the power. You can pass through the power here, like I said. You can pass it through on the end here. So anyway, it's a really good product. Like I said, I've been using it for a while. I can't do without it. I had to buy something. This was, I think, the best option out there, one of the best options out there for the price. The official name is Satechi, Type-C multi-port adapter 4K with Ethernet version 2. Like I said, I'll link it down below. It comes in 2 colors. It comes in the space gray and it comes in the normal aluminium color to match your laptop finish. It's a pretty close match. It's not exactly the same color. The model I have is the version 2 model. There was a version 1 model as well. I'm not sure what the difference is. This is the version 2. But basically those main features. It has an updated micro SD card slot, and you can hear it click when you put it in. The SD card slot is quite good. It's spring loaded. The micro one, you just push it in, push it out. It works really well. 4K HDMI video, so you can use the HDMI port to output video from your laptop to a 4K enabled monitor. USB-C pass-through charging, which I explained before, so you can put the you can pass it through from the port on the Satechi hub. And Gigabyte Ethernet. It's always handy to have Ethernet, otherwise you have to buy one of those other dongles from Apple, the Ethernet dongle. I mean, that's the option. You can buy a few of the dongles from Apple which will do all these things. The Satechi, I think, was a better value to buy the Satechi one instead of to buy all the Apple separate dongles. In saying that, I bought 2 of the USB-C to normal USB dongles plus the Thunderbolt one, Thunderbolt to USB. So you still have to buy dongles. There's no avoiding it with Apple these days, unless you have everything that's USB-C, which no one does at the moment. So unless you're buying all your drives and everything, but you still need an SD card reader as well. You can get an Apple one. The Satechi has it built in. For me, it was a better option. It works really well. Anyway, if you'd like to see more of these videos, let me know in the comments. Like I said, I used to do them previously with cameras and GoPros and things like that. If you'd like to see more of these videos instead of just Porsche content, let me know in the comments, please. What else? Oh, if you like this video, you know every like counts. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.